kids, I'm Hilah, and today on Hilah Cooking, we are going to make McDonald's McGriddle sandwiches. You know, the ones with like the pancakes with the maple syrup chunk and the bacon and the eggs and the big old American cheese slice. So these actually are a huge pain in the ass, and you're probably never going to want to make them at home because you have to dirty like 100 dishes. But stick around, I'll show you how to do it, and then I have a special surprise I will announce at the end of the video for anyone who dares make it on their own. These McGriddles, truth be told, I've never actually eaten one until I made them myself. But I hear tell that they have maple syrup crystals in them, which you can buy. But since I have a giant jug-a-lug here, I'm gonna make some. So I'm gonna put half a cup in this little pot. And I've found, I just recently figured this out. If you put your little candy thermometer or your deep fry thermometer in your pot before you put liquid in, it's a lot easier to make sure that you're like actually in the liquid and not touching the bottom of the pot or anything like that. Oh my God, okay. So then we're gonna put it on like a medium-high heat and bring it up to a boil. We're basically making like maple hard candy. Now at around 150 degrees, it's gonna start doing this. So that's when we can just start giving it an occasional stir. If your thermometer is in your way, you can take it out for a moment. We're trying to get this up to about 275 degrees. And it'll start to look a little bit darker, and you might start to smell a little bit of caramelized sugar as it gets close to that point. So if you don't have a thermometer, this will just take like 3 or 4 minutes. Okay, so around, what are we at, 225, you can't really see the surface of the maple syrup because it's all bubbly, but you should be able to feel with your spoon that it feels slightly thicker, and also, I mean, I can definitely tell it's looking darker already. So at this point, you just want to kind of keep a pretty close eye on it. And now the bubbles have subsided a little bit. We're at about 250, assuming my thermometer is correct. Okay, I'm turning it off. I'm calling it done because I can smell maple syrup crystallizing and caramelizing. So that's good. Give it another little stir. And then over here, I've got a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. I'm just gonna pour this on there. And then we can kind of spread it out with our spoon, and it will release from this parchment paper. If you have like a Silpat, like a silicone baking mat, you can use one of those too. But I'm poor. Okay, and for the love of God, do not try to clean the spoon off with your finger, please. It will burn you. It's like lava. Okay, so we're gonna let this cool and harden. Oh gosh, I forget. It'll probably take like 15, 20 minutes or something. And start soaking this thing right away so it doesn't turn into a crystallized pot. Crystallized pot though, that would be awesome. Okay, so our maple syrup sugar has chilled out for a little while. See, we can just start cracking it up. So, I don't know, break it into a few pieces. And you do want to be a little bit careful because these little maple crystals kind of feel like glass sometimes. They're a little sharp. Fold it up into a little parcel and then just sort of break it up some more. Okay, that's probably enough dancing. So then we've got a bunch of little maple crystals. So that's done. Now it's time to make our little maple crystal pancakes a la McDonald's. Okay, for the pancakes, I've just made up a batch of my regular old buttermilk pancake mix. I've done a video on that before, so I'll link to that recipe. So there you go, pancake, whatever. I'm sure that McDonald's does not make their own pancake mix, however, I'd like to point out. And we're gonna turn our stove on to about a medium-high heat. And then I've got these little ring-a-dings here. Did somebody call the professor? Oh my God, I'm going to dork hell. Okay, so these are actually for making crumpets or English muffins. I've used them exactly once for that purpose. Today they are going to be pancake forms. So if you don't have these, you could just make pancakes and they won't be perfectly round, and you can tell your kids to quit crying and be glad that they have breakfast at all. Or You could make smaller ones by like cutting the top and the bottom end off of a clean and empty tuna can, and that would be, you know, they'd be about that big around, I guess, which would be fine. Okay, so you want to get this pretty well lubed up, and then get your hands a little dirty. I'm gonna get just a little bit of butter and grease the inside of each of these rings, like so. And I've already got my bacon cooked, which I would recommend because I tried to do it with everything at once and it was just like overwhelming. I almost like threw the stove at Banjo. Just kidding, I would never hurt him. This is hot. I'm gonna place my rings in here, and actually I'm gonna let the rings get a little bit preheated too. So you wanna make sure that you have some tongs nearby so you can remove the rings because they do get really hot. Now, each one of these I wanna put about a 1/4 cup of my pancake batter in there, but I'm going to just do about 2 tablespoons at first. Then drop in a few of my maple crystals. And then top with another couple tablespoons. So just like regular pancakes, we're gonna cook these until we see just some little bubbles start to pop up around the edges. You can already kind of tell what's going on. Okay, so once there's bubbles around the edges and the edges start to look a little cooked, we can lift off the ring. Okay, there's one. See if this one will go too. Okay, perfecto. Now we can flip them. Oh my God. Kind of perfect, guys. Okay, and then while the pancakes finish up cooking, you can cook up your egg. You could do scrambled eggs, fried eggs. I'm gonna do a fried egg. Time to assemble. So I've got a piece of American cheese here because it's the best. So we'll plop it down like that. And then I've got some bacon that I already cooked, like I said. Top of that on there. And then our little egg, which I fried in a pan, but I broke the yolk and cooked it all the way through, so it's more like the kind of egg that you find on an Egg McMuffin. You can do scrambled, or you could even do like a runny egg if you want to. That. And then we top it with our pancake, Viola. It's a homemade McDonald's McGriddle sandwich. I call it a McLovels. Keep in mind, I've never actually had a real McDonald's McGriddle, but I'm pretty sure this is gonna taste very similar, if not much better. These pancakes are hot and fluffy as fluffy as dude. That should be their new motto. Damn. So you can see the little maple crystals have melted and made little pockets of maple syrup in there. That's how they do it, you guys. And now you can do it at home. So there you go. There's how to make your own McGriddle sandwich. I know, like I said, I know this is a huge pain and probably one person in the whole world is ever gonna do this for real, but that's why I'm issuing a challenge. So I've done giveaways for people on Twitter and Facebook and stuff like that. This one is for YouTube. So I challenge you, tubers, to make a response video of making the homemade McGriddle sandwich and post it. And the first person to post a response video will win a super awesome prize, including but not limited to a signed copy of the book and then some other surprise that I'm still thinking of, but I'm sure it's going to be radical. And then if there's more than 3 submissions, I will also pick my favorite, and that person will get a prize too. So there you go. Have at it. Make a response video if you like and enter to win a special hand-picked surprise gift pack from me. And this is open worldwide, so Mama's got her big purse out. She's ready to roll. Okay, so there you go. If you have any questions about the recipe, leave a comment below. And thank you so much for watching. Please share with your friends. Please thumbs up, favorite, all that stuff. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.